Hello to everybody watching and listening, and once again, welcome back to some more Mechabellum. Casting a replay. It has been a while since I last did that, and you may remember Democracy, or just Demo, from way back when I would basically upload Deep Rock Galactic every single day. And I've been trying to get him into Mechabellum, and he has finally also, how should I put this, started his own journey of big mechs blowing up stuff, and yeah, I've got him here in the chat. So, how are you feeling today, and what can you tell us about the game?
As a new guy, I'm still trying to learn a bunch of the counterplay. You'll see, I won't spoil too much, but early on I pick up some counterplay to my opponent, but later on there's this one thing that I tried really, really hard to counter, and I threw a Hail Mary and it worked. Ooh. So I'm enjoying it.
There is, of course, a very strong finisher meta in the game in some ranks, I assume, where you can, like, put down a really big unit with a really big tech or even multiple techs and just dominate one side, get to the tower, and clean up the board entirely. Preferably also something that dropped. So, right now, oh yeah, I like to see that. You are dropping some arc lights. We have chaff, we have tank, and we have something that kills big stuff. And now we also have chaff clear, which is very important. Arc lights, chaff, and, well, something like sabers. That's a very solid starter board. We also have training spec. You didn't use it in round 1. I guess you wanted to see first what the opponent does, right?
If I'm going to be honest, I actually forgot that I had that.
Oh, okay.
Like throughout almost the entire game. I only used it like once, I think.
Well,
that's something I need to get. That's something I need to get into the habit of as a new player. I just need to keep remembering that the support powers do exist. In fact.
Yeah. Trust me, I've been there, done that. Definitely something that I had to learn as well. We were able to not have our saber tanks insta-locked in the first round on either side. I'm starting to accelerate and we'll just go through as the towers get exchanged. We do have some fangs left, but that's singular. Oh, it's going the wrong way. Alright, that makes it a whole lot easier. Oh boy. Well, the saber got the tower just in time before the our own tower fell, and those remaining units can easily be cleaned up. All in all, a pretty balanced round 1 as we start to enter round number 2 with but a smidge of damage. Round 2 drop. So let's see, what was going through your mind starting round 2 now?
So I know that I won the exchange there, but for my units, I wanted the steel ball because sorry, I like steel balls just in general as a option to counter more high health units, but I think that would be coming in like later. So I thought I'd have some in reserve now, and I know that they're good for like blitzing down on occasion, but this isn't a situation where I wanted to blitz. I just wanted to prepare and see what the opponent would do and if they would drop some high health.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. There could be a Rhino, I think, that was also offered up as a drop. But usually you are correct. Steel balls are typically more an aggro unit, but I have seen people play them in standard as well. They usually sell them at some point, but they do actually get some mileage out of them. Depending on what the board becomes, they may even become useful. But I honestly say if you have steel balls, you kinda just go aggro. Opponent has level 2 storms, which is not exactly what you would expect. The main reason being that missiles do not get harder to intercept the higher the level of the storm goes. So basically a level 1 storm can be intercepted just as well or badly, depending on what you have, as a level 9 storm. And there is no difference whatsoever in how you accomplish that. Once again, the fangs are just in front of the saber tank, so the saber does not get destroyed immediately, but those storms are definitely, at least for this round, chunking into us in quite a severe way. We are, however, winning the other side, and quite handily. We still have a steel ball left over that can laser down the marksman. Oh no, the saber steals the kill. Probably better, to be honest. I think saber tanks have a... Saber cats. Why do I say saber tanks all the time? But yeah, saber tanks have a good chance of sticking around on this board for a far further extended time. Whatever. Oh, he leveled that tower. That's why we didn't get the tower, and our board got wiped out mostly by the storms and the marksmen at the end here. Took him a while, but they managed to do it. We take a small amount of damage. Round 3. Ah, some good items up for grabs. He does pick the extended Phantom Ray range. Now, you had no way of knowing that he had them unlocked already, although it's not that big of a deal. You skipped there, okay? Honestly, when there's a laser sight module offered and you're in a range war, I'd usually pick it. Unless there's something else that just fits me better. You could throw the laser sight. Oh, you're buying Mustangs? Yeah, that will fit really nicely. So, what you could have done is you could have tried and compete with the opponent with Mustangs. Like, you buy a Mustang, put a level on it, put the item on it, and I can guarantee you that is instantly a carry unit that you have right there.
Yes, well, unfortunately, I forgot the intensive training exists.
Instead, you chose Mustangs and Go Interceptor, I see, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't predict the Phantom Rays, but the Stormcallers were annoying me. So I decided to plunk down Mustangs just for the missile intercept, and maybe pivot into anti-air if they commit to the air. But I didn't know they would go Phantoms at that point.
Oh, yeah, I understand. It's a bit bad that these units are so far forward, and they're kinda our missile interception, and currently at least our primary source of anti-air damage is going down. But yeah, they definitely have their use. Now, similar to how storms don't get harder to intercept the higher their level goes, the same goes for missile interception on units. The unit's level does not in any way, shape or form influence how good their interception power is. So level 1 Mustangs are going to intercept just as well or badly as level 9. Let's fast forward to the end. Most of these missiles will not be able to land because the Mustangs are on anti-missile duty, but they do get overwhelmed and the steel ball that could have easily lasered down the tower goes down. This is looking a lot like the previous round. Yeah, last Phantom Ray goes down, and I think this is exactly the same as the last round, basically. Round number 4. Ooh, that's a good amount of stuff. Probably not the Rhino drop at this stage. I don't think there's much of an angle to get that in this board, but everything else definitely can be argued for. So we do commit into more anti-missile Mustangs, and our opponent chose the Nano Repair Kit. There's
that one Nano Repair Kit is, without spoiling anything, that one Nano Repair Kit is one of the biggest, most biggest threats I've ever faced in my career. Well, my short-lived career, that is. And I do remember placing the Mustangs a bit too high up. I did realize that was a mistake later on because I forgot how fast they actually moved. So I deployed the second squad a fair bit back.
Yeah, you are still trying to learn the units, what they do, how they behave, and there is, I think, 30 units in the game, something in that ballpark, and you can't just bulk learn that.
Yeah. And yeah, that Nano Repair Kit is like, oh my fucking god, I hated it. You'll see later on without spoiling.
It's especially potent on something like a worm, which can bury underground and then heal and then get back up without having a chance to attack it in between, and then you basically are back to square one. If that worm starts leveling hard, it can become a major source of ouchies. Now, interestingly, our opponent here is investing into Phoenixes, even though he already has a pretty high-level marksman. It would make sense to more or less commit into one single thing instead of picking multiple. With range, the front Mustangs are still too far up, but they do stay a bit further behind, and our opponent had his Phoenixes on the other side ahead of the rest of his units, so the big sniper unit just got annihilated here. We do get Mustangs that are intercepting almost everything, and they are, yeah, they're not really hitting the Phoenix much since, well, they're on interception duty all the time. But they do eventually overwhelm the Phoenixes with the sheer number of interceptors being turned onto the Phoenixes as the storms are on cooldown, and we do win round number 4. That's honestly a good amount more damage than it was before, but overall this is shaping out to be a pretty long game. And here's a unit that you can definitely put that nano repair on. A level 3 Scorpion has a lot of health. Like,
guess what gave me the most trouble this entire match?
Oh.
Yeah, you're about to see me suffer.
Oh. Oof. Level 3 Scorpion. Range. 56k health almost, and we go for Typhoons, and Typhoons are a unit that is very much so going to suffer as well against Scorpions. Scorpions can be a menace to Typhoons. One way in which Typhoons can survive a lot of punishment is with their shields. While they don't really have a lot of capacity, the fact that you have 2 of them means that even if something has splash, it can often take like 2 or even 3 shots in order to kill the Typhoons, sometimes even 4, depending on how much splash it has and how close it impacts towards them. But Scorpions can just double shot, and they have so much splash that they basically can kill a shield in one salvo on both Typhoons and kill the Typhoons in the next salvo. And I wouldn't be surprised if they get a perfect shot and they can just outright destroy the Typhoons through their bubble shield. Oh, he instantly has hit Siege. Now that is... Ooh. This guy is fighting the range war, right? Siege mode is definitely an artillery option that is very good if your board is getting countered by missile interception, which is what is openly happening right now, because siege mode just plain does not get intercepted. Usually it only does a smidge of damage and is not all that worth it, but these Scorpions have levels, so they are hitting hard, but you can see that the double tech on them isn't exactly the greatest of things that happened here. And we do get a tower, and we will get the other tower. Do we have the DPS to pierce that Scorpion? Because I think that Scorpion just... yeah.
You can see where I'm starting to panic here.
It do deal damage, but it now starts locking, yeah, on the Typhoons. Oh, okay, the missiles do it. But that was a struggle. And it leveled. Oh, it leveled. Oh, there's an enhancement module. And advanced targeting. And intensive train. And efficient tech. Like, can I get all of that and just deploy 2 crawlers this round?